What is up? Welcome back to another video. And ow, that hurt. So today I'm going to be talking about a little bit of a controversial, is that how you say it? Oh well, anyways, yeah, apparently don't know how to speak English anymore, but whatever. It is kind of a talked about subject here on YouTube. It does get a little bit of hate. So if you don't like anything to do with tattoos or like body modification quotations, like exit out of this video because it's probably not for you. It's gonna be a story about my tattoo. So it's gonna be a little bit of a story time / advice video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. But before anything, so make sure to subscribe to my channel down below in the big red button. Turn on the notification bell so that every time I post a video, you will receive a notification to it. Also, follow me on my social media @ over here, links down below. But yeah, let's just get into the video. Okay, so yes, I got my first ever tattoo at 16. I was pretty young. For those who don't know the typical like laws or rules when it comes to getting your tattoos, you have to be 18, or if you are below 18, you have to have like a parent or guardian who is above 21, I think, to sign off on it. So my parents obviously signed off of it, and yes, they allowed me to get a tattoo, and I will get into that. So backstory on how I kind of got into wanting a tattoo. Since I was little, I can remember loving tattoos. My dad actually has like a dragon-esque thing, like Chinese dragon yin yang tattoo, since like before I was born. And I always saw his, and I always thought it was so cool how he had this kind of painting on his body. So ever since like I realized what he had, I was like, oh my god, I want one! And I was obviously very young then. So as I got older, I was like, okay, when I get older, I'm getting one. And my dad is more of like loves tattoos, and my mom's more like not conservative, but she's more like, she's not so into them as like I am. And when I turned, I think like 15 or something, all my friends, like a bunch of my friends were getting tattoos. I don't even know why my friends were getting tattoos so young, but my friends were getting tattoos and stuff, and I was always like, okay, when I turn 18, I'm gonna get a tattoo. And I always kind of told my parents, like, I'm getting a tattoo, like, I'm getting one. And they always kind of were like, okay. And then one day my dad was like, okay, I'll take you to get your first one. And I was like, oh, really? Like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, I will. So he was getting his tattoo redone. So obviously he got his first tattoo when he was 16. So his tattoo had kind of faded by, like, now he's like, I'm not gonna say his age, but like, he's obviously a lot older now than when he was like 16. So it's been a while that he had the tattoo, and now he's getting it redone. He's getting the same kind of style of tattoo, but it's just like to get it redone because it had faded a lot. Yeah, so he was getting his redone with a girl in Brazil. So he was like, okay, I'll take you to get yours. So we kept saying like, oh, I'm gonna take you, and we were trying to convince my mom to let me get it. And my mom was always kind of like, no, she's not getting it, she's too young, da-da-da. And I was like, Mom, please. And I kept like showing her designs that I really liked. And I showed her the one that I ended up getting, and she fell in love with it. She was like, that is so pretty. And she ended up just being like, okay, I don't 100% agree with this, but you can get it. And she just said like, at least get it somewhere where it's hidden, or that you can easily cover it up. I wanted to get my tattoo was going to be somewhere that I can't cover it up. It is on my rib cage, for those who want to know already. It is on my rib cage on the left side. I always knew I wanted tattoos very much more for me and not for others. So I don't really care about having them show or anything because they're, again, for me. I don't even remember I have this tattoo about 90% of the time until I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I have that. I don't know if you guys know, I spent 2 months in Brazil was it September and October? And in those 2 months, my dad took me to go get my tattoo done. And I was so scared. That's kind of like the backstory on the whole tattoo thing. How like I decided what I wanted. I always knew that I wanted my first tattoo to be something meaningful. And I know so many people who get tattoos young and they end up regretting it. So I knew that if I got a tattoo young, it needed to be something meaningful, one, because I know that a meaningful tattoo I wouldn't regret, or at least I wouldn't regret as much, and I definitely do not regret mine. So my tattoo is a rose. I'll insert a picture somewhere on this screen right now. So my tattoo is a rose with the word Loire. I don't know if I'm saying that. I'm gonna search it up right now just to make sure I'm saying it correctly. I don't want anyone who's French to come like attack me for saying it wrong. Basically, it means a glow, or stands for glow of light. So I got the rose because one of my favorite movies growing up and till this day, like Disney movies, is Beauty and the Beast. And he had, you know, the rose. To me, like what the rose stood for him was every time like a rose petal fell, it was his letting his fear get in his way of like finding true love. But like my case is it has nothing to do with true love. But like in his case, it was every time a rose petal fell, he was letting his own fear get in the way of him finding true love. And to me, the rose stands for don't ever let fear get in the way of anything you want. Don't let your own fears get in the way of it. Stomp on your fears and keep on walking. And then I put Loire on it because it kind of ties in with the whole idea of like don't let your fears get in the way, and that even when times are bad, there is a light at the end of that tunnel. So Loire stands for glow, or glow of light. So there's that little tint, that little glow of light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know if that makes too much sense to you guys, but that's the meaning behind my tattoo, and it is black and white. Okay, so the place I got my tattoo done was again in Brazil. So if you don't live in Brazil, this can't really apply to you. I am gonna link her Instagram down below. Her name is Ania. She's such a sweetheart. Okay, so now I'm going to be answering questions. I have them written on my phone. So first question is, what should I do to choose a design, or what design should I choose? So depending on like obviously what you want, if you want something more artistic, something more meaningful, that's all dependent on you. Whether you should do white and black or colored, that's obviously up to you. I would just check. There's one thing. I've heard a lot of people have allergies to red tattooing ink or tattoo ink. So just check if you are allergic to any certain color. What is a good age to get a tattoo? So obviously I got my tattoo super young. I was 16, but I also know girls who got tattoos at 15 and 14. I think I would have been way too young if I got a tattoo at that age, personally. But again, it's all personal preference. If you decide that you want to do it at 18, go ahead. If you decide you wanted to do it at 50, go ahead. If you decide you wanted to do it at 16, go ahead. But just make sure if you are a minor that you are getting parents' permission. Do not do it behind your parents' back. I do not condone that. I had my parents' permission for this, obviously. Next question, where should I get it? So tattoo places that you should get it, obviously do a lot of research, or you should get it like if you don't have someone who has gotten a tattoo at that tattoo place before, don't have like a clear reference of what that tattoo artist can do, do your research. So things you should remember is reviews, like click reviews. So check cleanliness, see how other customers talk about how clean they are. Because obviously you don't want to go into a tattoo shop where you can risk infection. Very, very careful with how clean the tattoo artist is. Check photos, see other photos of this tattoo artist or tattoos that this tattoo artist has done. If they have done anything similar to what you want, because that way you have an idea. The other thing I would check is check if that tattoo artist is good at the type of design you want. Because just because a tattoo artist is good at minimalistic designs doesn't mean they're going to be good at like American traditional tattoos, or some tattoo artists specialize in color tattoos, others specialize in black and white tattoos. Every tattoo artist has their specialization, so go to a tattoo artist that is good at what you want. Did it hurt? Did my tattoo hurt? See, when people ask me this, I don't know how to answer it because it's different for every person. Depends where you're getting it. So things like your wrists, your ribs, like bony areas that don't have too much meat or have a lot of like nerves and veins will hurt more. It depends what your pain tolerance is. So depends if you are better with pain or if you're not as good as with pain. So in my case with my tattoo, I did not feel any crazy pain. I wasn't like dying. I didn't have to ask her to stop every 5 minutes. She went pretty slow, which I actually liked, oddly, because I feel like she wasn't like scrubbing on my skin like crazy. She was going very thinly and smooth, and it didn't hurt as much. Pain wise, again, I said it didn't really hurt. It felt more like a scratch. When I did get it in a pretty sensitive area, I've heard people who got tattoos on their ribs who have cried their eyes out. It really did not hurt that much. It was only a little bit weird because when it got very close to like my ribs, like the bone would vibrate, which was just a teeniest bit of an uncomfortable feeling, but again, nothing crazy. What should I do to prepare for my tattoo? I've heard people put like numbing cream. Again, didn't do that. Don't know if you should do it. It's all about research. See what works for you. Do your research. What is the aftercare? So my tattoo artist, basically what she did is she had this roll of not cellophane, but it was like this sticky kind of plastic paper. Glue it on to your tattoo. Not glue it. It's like already sticky. And you put it onto your tattoo, and it has like medicine on it, and you have to keep it on for, I think it was, she said minimum 2 days, but try to hit 4 days. And then on the 4th day, you would hop in the shower, hot shower. With a little bit of soap, you would just kind of massage and start taking it off. So I know a lot of people who do use this method, or like if their tattoo artist doesn't give it to them, they buy it themselves. I'll link a little roll of it down below if I find it on Amazon. It's still not fully healed at this time, but it was pretty close to doing that. And basically all she said is just massage every day with a little bit of like coconut oil, or she recommended coconut oil because it's not too thick. Just pass coconut oil every morning and night. And I think since it was a small tattoo, I think it healed after like a week, and it was like completely healed and it was fine. Next question, how do you know a tattoo artist is good? One, obviously cleanliness. The one I went to has such a keen eye on being clean. She even shows, when she's doing your tattoo, she even shows you like opening everything, the new packages, and she tells you like, oh, if anyone doesn't open a new package in front of you, or they use something old, do not do that tattoo, because you could you're basically guaranteed a giant infection. And another thing, this is something my dad told me, is that when a good tattoo artist has nice thin lines. If you want a minimalistic tattoo, you obviously want someone who's really good at drawing thin lines. Cleanliness, customer service, all those things are what good tattoo artists are. Again, do your research. Google is your best friend in this case. If you guys have any questions about tattoos or advice, I'm not the biggest expert in tattoos. I mean, I only have one, but I can definitely help you. I can do a little research for you guys. Yeah, so if you guys have any tattoo questions for the regular old gal, comment down below and I will answer them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned a little something from my experience. Yeah, so subscribe to my channel, guys. Big red button below. Turn on that notification bell down below so that you will get a notification every time I post a video. Like this video because it helps me know that you enjoy. Follow me on my social media. Ads here. Links down below. So I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!